Listen, I am back with an update with a little bit more energy, only because I have found a way to navigate, and I am currently looking for a job because I'm building up my clientele as a hairstylist. It's building very, very slow. I'm not sure if people out here in Las Vegas don't know who I am, but clearly they don't. So it's taking a minute for me to build up my clientele. And in the interim of me doing that, I am on a job hunt. Now, this is so new to me, y'all, because I've never really worked like for real, a 9 to 5. Like I said before, I worked at H&R Block for a month, and I did work at this shipping place, or so like what was that, coffee cups and mugs and stuff like that. But I believe I've only worked there for maybe like 2 months, and I don't remember much at all. So what I'm saying is that this is an adventure. It feels like a pure adventure for me, that I am kind of excited to experience something new. Like, all I know is hair. All I know is the beauty industry, salons, beauty schools, pop-up shops, all that stuff. I know about that. But as far as the 9 to 5, I don't know nothing. Like, I don't even know how to. Every industry has their own language. We know that. But sometimes we kind of just forget or take it for granted because we're so used to our conversation and our dialogue on just the way it goes back and forth. But when someone new comes into play, y'all, I'm even nervous about clocking in and out. Like, what does that look like? I don't even know how to clock in or clock out. I don't know what it is. And I can't wait for somebody to show me or even go to orientation. I guess they teach you how to do that, right? I hope so. So anyway, I was like, well, how can I find a job? Because I was talking to a lot of my friends, a lot of my family members, and I was telling them, like, I need a job. Like, I got to get a 9 to 5. I got to pay some bills. And when I was telling people, what's so weird about it is when I was telling people, like, I need some money, like, I have to pay my bills, people are looking at me like, I believe I'm being received like the old Don. Like, oh, okay, you needed some money because you got like 20 or 30,000 just sitting in your bank, and it's starting to dwindle and you don't want to run out of funds. I'm like, I need to pay my bills. Hello. So when I'm asking them about, people that they can refer me to, or any family members here, or any friends, what are they doing out here? And let me know if they're hiring. And, back when I was in Michigan, we are defined a lot of the times by the people that we grow up around. And that's family and friends. So when you ask people a certain question on what do they think about you trying this new, or you driving this new, or you living in this neighborhood, people will give you their definition of what they think you should be doing. Oh no, don't drive no car like that, girl. You don't even look right in no car like that. Oh, you can't stay in that neighborhood. You gonna move there? Or, it's always like little instances like that can kind of make you second guess yourself all the time. Like, oh no, maybe I should move there. Oh, is it that bad? Is that car crazy? Like, where you kind of let other people define who you are unconsciously, because they're coming from a good place. They just want the best for you, and you want the best for yourself too. But sometimes we don't know what that looks like. We have to go through certain things ourselves to define ourselves for ourselves. And I appreciate right now where I am at currently, because now I know what I'm comfortable with, and I know what I'm comfortable doing. I know where I'm comfortable living. I know what I'm comfortable driving. But when I was in Michigan, I second guessed myself. I did. And I don't know if a lot of people can identify with that, but be careful with that. Be careful. You'll find yourself in an unfamiliar place, in an uncomfortable space, where once you get there, you're wondering, what now? What next? Oh, I thought this job was going to make me feel a different way. Oh, I thought making this much money was going to make me feel a different way. Oh, I thought driving this car or living in this neighborhood or whatever, you may have thought. Just be careful on who you let define you when it's not you or you talking to God. So here I get the opportunity and the luxury to figure out what I truly like and what resonates most with me. So even me finding back to what I was saying, looking for jobs and asking people, do you know anyone here? Let me know if they're hiring because I want to work. And I end up, everybody was referring me to people. I talked to a few people. I felt like I was planting a lot of seeds. I filled out multiple job applications through third-party services, like Indeed and LinkedIn and all those other people. I don't know. And I was filling out they'll give you like a mass option to send out like your application to like 50 people that's hiring all at once. So I'm shooting out those. I'm going up to places like, hey, y'all hiring? With my little resume. And they will look at me like you want to work here? And I'm like, yes, are you hiring? And so then, I have a conversation with them. They were very receptive, always so nice to me. Like, okay, yeah, I'm going to call you. Your girl goes on these interviews and get these emails back. Sorry to inform you, but unfortunately, we're going to look at other candidates and I'm like, what? Soon as I think that I am making progressive steps, I'm like, okay, I know God got me. So I'm just still like, okay, well, what is it I'm supposed to be doing? I'm not going to stop until I get me a job or find me some other resources to bring in money. Because even making money online through selling my products or selling courses or doing consultations, that still takes a minute. That still takes a minute to build up. Sometimes you get appointments, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get purchases, sometimes you don't. And I needed to depend on something with a little bit more stability because I don't have the time. Believe it or not, when you go job hunting, that's a full-time job within itself. I'm not just laying in my bed in hopes of somebody please call me after those 5 applications I filled out. Your girl be out here. Understand that. I have to drop my kids off at school and pick them up. So yeah, and then not only that, the daylight does not last long in Las Vegas. So running in and out, trying to find jobs, I ended up, something told me, and nobody told me this. This was so crazy to me. Nobody told me, Don, go to the unemployment office or go to the job, I think it's employment centers. Go there. So you go there. I went there. Something just told me, get up and go there. So I went there. They were so nice when I walked in. They were so sweet. They was super informative and super helpful. I went in and you get registered with the state. And then after you get registered with the state, they have all of these job fairs, all of these flyers hung up with all of these people that's hiring. Today, and I was like, okay, job fairs. Okay, I'm there. They're like, girl, you dress for it. So I'm like, okay. I'm texting, I think I was texting my mom and my sister, I'm headed to 3 job fairs. Got one interview because I did have another interview later on that day from another job application I filled out. So I was like, okay, I'm making progress. So I'm thinking, because I've never been to a job fair, that I could make all 3 of those job fairs in one day. I guess y'all know I didn't know that wasn't going to happen. But it was okay because I made it to one job fair and they had multiple positions open. And so I got there, filled out all the stuff I had to fill out. Not to mention when I pulled up, it was $20 for parking. Now, I'm running all around here on my extreme budget. So it was $20 to park. So I park in the parking lot and I'm just like, God knows. So I just go and park. It's not that I didn't have the $20. I could just spend the $20 on something else. Okay. So anyway, so I go in and then I see they had the parking validation little box. I was like, oh, great. So I go in, fill out the stuff. I sit there for a little while. I'm getting the sniffles and everything. I know this is just like a sad note, but I'm sitting there and people in there, it was super packed, y'all. And my nose started running. It was freezing. It was so many germs everywhere. It was, this is new for me. And I was just like, I'm going to be safe after I get done with this. But anyway, we go, they call us back to, it was like a multiple interviewing session. It probably was like 15 of us. And so we all, you know, went around in a circle, introduced ourselves and said whatever we had to say, whatever from the questions that they asked. And they go out to deliberate on, you know, what candidates they're going to pick. And so they come back and they pull me out and they say, you know, we have another position for you. We don't want to offer you this position. We have another position for you. However, we can't tell you the position until next week because we have to make sure we get all of the rest of the interviews done today. That was Friday. So this weekend felt like that was Thursday. Okay, one of them days. Anyway, this weekend feels like a year. Okay. Not to mention, y'all know I'm still filling out job applications. I was just so grateful to find this unemployment agency because it had just a full schedule of all these job fairs and all these job options. And I was just like, oh, okay, the 16th, the 18th, the 14th, you know, I'm going to be there. But a little disappointed the next day they didn't have one. But I was still filling out job applications. And, let me tell you this. So when I went on my job interview, they called me to the back. And as soon as the lady sees me, she says, I like you. And I'm like, oh, well, thank you. You know, and she started asking me questions, all these questions and stuff. And I'm answering her questions. And she said, well, you have the job. See, because I let her know I had 2 kids and single parent. And she was like, you know, I can give you the schedule and you can kind of figure out what works best for you. So I'm thinking, girl, listen, y'all, all those times did not coincide with my life. Like, I'm like, I have to pick up my daughter and I have to drop her off. Go back and forth to school. It's only me, right? So I'm like, shoot, how can I do this? Like, how I get a job? Now I can't. Now the schedule ain't working for me. But the lady was so sweet. She says, I've interviewed six people today, and you were the only one that I hired. She's like, I really like you. However, kids come first, and I want you to make sure that you're able to take care of your kids while going back and forth to work. So take your time. I'll leave your application on my desk, and call me tomorrow morning and let me know. I was like, is this how interviewing be going? You know, I ended up calling and letting them know, you know, my schedule and what works best for me. But making the money that I used to make, I'm gonna need 2 jobs because ain't nobody about to hire me, paying me $100 an hour, 75, 60. If they are, somebody call me because I am qualified in all areas of beauty. But until then, I am still looking for a job. So I'll let you all know how next week goes in the interim of all my job adventures. And also, I wanted to let you all know, when you relocate, for all those that's watching this, for just some inspiration and motivation and encouragement, if you do not have a job yet and you don't have any money coming in, go and get state insurance. You can go right to the office and get you some state insurance. They call it the Department of Health and Human Services. Go there. You will get it the same day. So while you are looking for work, you don't have to starve. You can still go get a checkup. You can still go get your eyes and your teeth checked and looked at. So that is my update. I am still moving forward. I am still believing and trusting in God because God told me to move here, and I know He's not going to leave me all by myself to figure things out. I'll see you all next Monday or every Monday, and have a great day. Bye.